What up, y'all? How's it going? BenDeen here, and today I'm gonna be eating some Peking duck over here and some boiled dumplings over here. I got some fixings for them too. I got a bunch of these little pancakes that I guess you're supposed to use for the duck. I have some spring onions that you're also supposed to put in the pancake, and I have some soy sauce and some kind of plum sauce, I'm guessing, which the plum sauce is for the pancake as well. It's kind of like a little mini duck roll up, if you will. I got this delivered for about 40 bucks, and this is a half portion, a half duck. So a full duck was like 60 bucks. And to be honest, I've had this once, I believe, when I was little, back in the old heydays, back when I was in Illinois. And to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of it from what I remember back then. Maybe they didn't make it well, maybe they're having an off day. Maybe I don't like it, but I'll tell you what, looking at this and smelling it, I know, well, I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty on point. So let me go ahead and just try this. One good thing, you always see the pictures of like the crispy skin on the duck and all that stuff, and the skin does look nice, but I don't think it's going to be crispy. Maybe if you're at the restaurant it would be, but let me just try this out on its own real quick. That's some good stuff, man. I don't know, they must have been making it wrong back in the day, but that is delicious. I mean, it tastes like a bird, man. From what I remember, it tasted really gamey to me. I think the texture was a little bit weird, but to me, this is tasting like, you know, like a really flavorful chicken or like a turkey or something. It tastes like duck, but no gamey flavors at all. It's just a nice, really nice flavor. I've been really interested in trying this. I don't think I had it when I was younger. I don't think I had it with the pancakes. So, whoa. And I'm not sure if this is the completely right way to eat it. So, sorry if I'm messing this up. But you know, I mean, I'm just gonna put some piece on there. Get a little of these onions on here. Yeah, okay. Get a little bit of that sauce on there as well. I think this is gonna be like really flavorful sauce. It's like a good little plum sauce. It's a pretty simple looking thing right here, but I'm thinking it should be pretty good. That is real nice, man. That is really nice and delicious. I love eating stuff in, like, I don't know, this is my style, man. I like wrapping stuff up and eating it. Let me make a big one real quick. I don't know if these are, yeah, they gave me a ton of these things, man. I'm just gonna make one really big one. Gosh, get some skin up on here too. Maybe you're supposed to put this down first. I don't think it really matters, but there might be a technique. Let me get two pieces up on this one. And some of those onions up on there like that. Wrap it up. That really works, man. That's delicious. Let me try some of these boiled dumplings as well. Well, they look like dumplings. I don't know if that focused, but good dumplings. I've had, in Korean they call this mulmandu, like water, like boiled dumplings, I guess. I've had better ones, but these are still good. I mean, they taste perfectly good, but they taste just kind of like, you know, normal dumplings. I've had some of them at different Chinese places that taste just like, they have this extra dimension of like flavor and texture, I feel like. These, I feel, you know, they are tasty. I could eat these up real quick. They are tasty, but they don't have that next level of don't know. There's something about a really good like boiled dumpling that like, I don't know, I feel like the wrapper is different. It's like more thick, but these are just like regular dumplings to me, which is all good. I like regular dumplings as well. This is where it's at though. I haven't really seen many of this kind of duck place around Korea. You know, Korea has their own duck dishes, but it's a little bit different, I believe. I've had that a couple times. And that's the thing. In America, I only had duck one time, I believe. It was that, you know, it was that bad experience, but this is a hearty piece. Let's save that for the next one. But then when I came to Korea, I tried like Korean style duck dishes, not from the Chinese spot. And it was really good. So I think back in the day, the Chinese spot just wasn't on point that day or something. Usually it was pretty good. It was my go-to Chinese spot. You know, a classic, you know, middle America Chinese spot, Joy Garden. Shout out to Joy Garden. I don't know if they're still around, but we used to order there probably at least maybe once or twice a month, I want to say. And we would get the standard stuff. I think most people where I'm from would get the standard stuff. And when I say standard, I mean, I'm talking like stuff that you'd see at like Panda Express. You know, the orange chicken, the sesame chicken, I converted to that for a while, the general. And then, you know, the fried rice and all that kind of stuff. The fried wontons are always a good treat. I feel like this would be really nice to eat alongside some like alcohol, some like, and I ain't talking no beer. I'm talking like some Asian style stuff, you know, some either like soju, Korean style, or in Korea there's a Chinese liquor that I've heard referred to a lot as baijiu, and that stuff is crazy because it can get really strong. It can get up to like 50%. And the flavor is super strong as well. I've had it quite a few times. The first time I had it was some real strong stuff. I can't remember too much about what happened that night, but now this is probably not the right way to do it, but I'm gonna double down here, make it a little bit longer one. But yeah, I mean, like I would definitely enjoy eating this really slowly because you can take your time making each one, and then, you know, taking some shots here and there. I think that would be really, really a good way to do it. But you know what I say? If I didn't try this again, I would be always thinking in the back of my mind, you know, Peking duck, you know, not my cup of tea, but you know what? I think it is my cup of tea, especially eating like this. I watched a couple videos, or just did a quick little Google search, and you know, a lot of times eating with the pancake with the green onions here. I remember when we ordered it back in the day, I keep referring to this because it's just stuck in my mind, but I'm pretty sure no one in my family enjoyed it either. But look, eating it now, I'm pretty sure everyone in my family would enjoy it now if they were eating this right here. And that's the thing. I feel like you always got to try foods. I mean, it depends on the food, I guess, but I feel like you should always be trying something at least twice. At least if, you know, it's like a really famous food, or you know, a food that you kind of want to like. I did get another order of these extra added on because I didn't think they were going to give me this many, but yeah, I'll probably have leftover pancakes. But but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, this is kind of might be a bad example, but like fast food or just like restaurants, you know, sometimes, a lot of times, especially with fast food, you'll go there and they'll be having a bad day, and your fries are gonna come out soggy, your burger's gonna be cold, and you can't really judge it based on that, because sometimes when the fries are fresh out the fryer and the burger's fresh out the griddle, I mean, it's like a whole different thing, right? Also, taste can change and all that stuff, but that's one thing I kind of have always been a tad bit skeptical, I can't lie, about food reviewers on YouTube. You know, there's a lot of big food reviewers, and I've always been into them. Well, back in the day, I was really big into watching food reviewers before I started YouTube, and they'll go to the fast food joint, order some food, and a lot of times it won't be top notch. And not just inevitable, they might give it a bad review, but then if you go back the next day when they're having a good day, they could make it good, and then, you know, it'd be a whole different thing. So I've always been a little bit skeptical about those reviews, but there are some classics out there, some classic reviewers. I bet a lot of you guys know Review Bra, who is a staple in the, not just the food reviewing community, but in the YouTube community as well. I don't want to sound like a hipster, but I've been a big fan of his for probably over 5 years now. I was subscribing to him when he was still a small fry. And I'm pretty sure at one point I had more subscribers than him, but over the past year, he definitely blew up. He's been doing it for a long ass time too. I mean, he deserves what he's gotten for sure. But he's a classic, man, a classic guy for sure. I even made a fan video back in the day before I started YouTube. I made a Review Bra fan video. I watched every minute of his videos and all his radio shows. VORW. I sounded questioning one time, way back in the day. Let me try this. Give me a little leg here. A little bit of crisp on there. Even without the crisp, though, that flavor is up in there, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that much right now. Speaking of classics, though, KBD Productions, he's a classic. And I'll tell you one thing about KBD, Ken, Dominic. I used to watch all his videos too, before I started YouTube. And I was like, he was like one of my go-to YouTubers whenever I was eating a meal alone, which was like every day. So I was like eating by myself, and I was watching food reviewers, KBD, and Review Bra mostly. And a couple months ago when I was doing a live stream, guess who popped up? Ken, the man himself, popped up and was like chatting he knows who I am, and that's always a crazy thing. When someone you used to watch back in the day all the time, like knows who you are and all that kind of stuff, like it's pretty crazy, and watches some of your videos. He gave me a little donation. I haven't done a live stream in a while. I need to do that one of these days. Definitely. Dame Drops, shout out to Dame Drops as well. I feel like Dame Drops is just a class act. That guy will make any fast food burger look like a mini burger when he's holding it. That's one of the craziest things. These giant paws. It's like he's holding pinching it with, like, he eat a burger with 2 fingers, man. Let's see. Here's a big piece. Man, this duck, I could definitely have eaten the full duck. Like, no lie, I really like this stuff, man. Speaking of Dame Drops, so I saw him appear on, I found a new YouTube channel, y'all. Found a new one. A classic. It's not a new channel, it's an older channel, but I just discovered it yesterday, I think. And it is a straight up classic. It's an instant classic, and a lot of you guys already probably know about it. They're bigger than me. I'll tell you right now, Auntie Fee and Tavis over there. R.I.P. Auntie Fee. I mean, it's crazy when you discover a channel and you binge watch the videos and you learn all about the stuff, and then she passed away. Tavis is still over there making content, but I don't usually like to use this terminology, but it's a gem. It's a true gem. On YouTube, and you should definitely go check it out. They did a couple videos with like Dame Drops. That's why. Well, yeah. Anyway, basically, it's straight up the most ghetto cooking show you'll ever see, and it's so classic, man. And that's like, her personality is insane. I mean, she's sort of crazy on camera, I'm not gonna lie. She makes the most homestyle foods I've ever seen in my life. Looking like stuff that's right up my alley. And her son Tavis, he's the one who's like filming. I mean, it's kind of a different dynamic right now, but he was always a cameraman, and he would always throw these questions at her, and she would come back at him real hard, put him in his place real quick. I'll tell you, that's wow. But yeah, Go check out that channel. While I'm shouting out channels, especially cooking channels, my brother, I remember I introduced some guy, this YouTuber, way back in the day, probably 5-6 years ago, to my brother, real obscure, real home style as well, named The Poto. And he's a classic. He disappeared for a long time, but he's back making videos again. And my brother's like, hey man, you should shout out The Poto. Because another classic, but I mean, Auntie Fee and Tavis, that channel has like 700,000 subscribers, so they're known. The Poto has probably out of like 10,000, maybe 20,000. So he's pretty small. But he's making some real home style stuff, so I mean, I assume if you're watching like a mukbang video, you probably like just like cooking videos too, right? It's kind of similar food related video. But yeah, The Poto, that channel got me through some tough times, I'll tell you. And that's where I got the phrase, mighty fine. I don't know if a lot of you guys know that. I straight up stole, I mean, I don't like to think of it as stealing, but like, he's the originator of mighty fine. He's the true originator, the true OG, not me. But I just use it now because I like to say it. Maybe I'm exposing myself here, but it is what it is. The only problem about this, man, I'll tell you. Like I was saying, this would be really good with alcohol. I feel like, you know, take a little sip of alcohol and then take a bite. That's what I usually like to do. But if you're not doing that, this can be a pretty slow food. I feel like I've been, maybe these are smaller than usual pancakes, but this is kind of a tedious thing to eat. I can't even lie. I think I've been super busy this whole time just making these, and but I'm about out of food now. I still got a bunch of pancakes left. Unfortunately, not too much, I guess, not really any meat left. I guess I'll try to use these scraps to make one more. And then I'll probably call it a day for today, so, let's see, get this up on here. Oh man, I got 50 seconds left on my camera. So I'm gonna have to end it right now. That was mighty fine though, I'll tell you what. And you should go try this if you haven't. I say that every time, but it's kind of a unique food, I feel like. It's not something that you eat all the time. So if you do get the opportunity to try it, do that. Hey, that's all I can think of for now, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.